everyone, let's recall the lessons and the learnings we learned in Programming 1. From the introduction to the first discussion, activity, and then on, there was a constant worry and fear, taking up a subject having no background at all. Started from a blank canvas, learned some concepts, gained knowledge, and painted the figures along the way. Last year, Programming 1 kicked off with an activity about autobiography. I learned to extend my patience because having no experience was challenging. Then, I gained knowledge about the algorithm and pseudocodes. It was followed by 11 activities, all about it. I gathered information through the discussion and also by watching credible programming tutorials for additional sources and references. Moreover, after that, I learned how to code using C language. It was not a smooth ride. The struggle was present throughout. Fortunately, the varying exercises on coding made me realize and learn that some problems are easier to solve and convenient using coding. On the other hand, in the topics, it all began in the introduction of programming. The categories were discussed and the history, when and how it all began. Moreover, algorithm was discussed, and under that was how to do pseudocode properly and its notations. Also, flowchart was discussed and its specifics. Then, the next topic after that was the basic syntax of C programming, its coding structure, and style. Furthermore, data types, variables, constants, operators, and input and output functions were discussed. After that, the topic was followed by conditionals, the if-else, nested if-else conditions, and switch case. It was a roller coaster ride during the Programming 1. A mix of emotions emerges every new topic introduced. Activities, midterms, and finals passed. I learned and obtained a lot of information. On to the next one. Excited but scared for Programming 2.
Hello everyone, I am Byronrussell Oredimo, a BSCE2 student, and I am going to share to you the things I've learned in our Computer Programming 1. The first thing is that our instructor helped us to understand the basic principles of computer programming. Later on, she taught us the basic operations to be used in programming and by letting us practice on the website of CodeChum, in which we got to do some different flowcharting techniques like sequential flow, conditional flow, and iterative flow. She also discussed to us C tokens and different data types. I am also hoping to gain more knowledge about computer programming this semester.
We think of programming as this or maybe this, but programming is useful in many ways and it can make our daily lives even easier by implementing it. We are introduced to coding last semester. By coding, we input instruction to a machine or an application for it to run and implement the algorithm that we created. Algorithms are important in programming. It makes a certain problem easy to understand by making a step-by-step ways to solve it or solve the problem. Algorithms are always used in programming. It is the very step in programming, such as this and this. Language that are introduced during our past is the language C. We are also introduced to the C++ and other languages, but we use the C often rather than the other languages. We use CodeChum. If you know the website CodeChum, I've inserted in here. That is the software that we use so that we could code. CodeChum is easy to use for the beginners and for peoples that are not yet introduced to programming. So yeah, maybe that's all. Thank you.